Hello everyone. It's been a while since I did a video on Mack, and so that's what this video is about. Just kind of give you some updates on what I've done. And I know it's been a while, and one of the reasons it took a while is because I've been trying to get him to walk, and walking is so complicated. So let me just talk about some of the things that I had to do to try to get him to walk here. So one of the first things that I did was right here in the middle here, I put in a voice recognition board. And it was really important to do that for walking, because I needed to be able to command him and tell him to go left, go right, go forward, go backwards, or whatever, very easily. Up until this point, all the previous videos that you've probably seen on Mac were all single event programming. With the voice command boards, it allows me to do multi-programming or multi-event programming. So he's capable right now of 28 different commands, which is quite a few. So I can have him do all sorts of things. Let me give you an example. Hello, Mac, which is his command line. Any plans today?
Yep, lots of stuff. Just ask me to do something. Like count to 10, tell a joke, tell a story, play air guitar. Oh, I know, ask me if I can dance.
Pretty easy to give him his commands. So let me just give you another one. I'll just show you. Can you dance?
Oh yeah, let's boogie. YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Oh young man, are you listening to me? I said, young man, what do you want to be? Oh yeah, feeling good now. That was fun.
So without the voice command board, I wouldn't be able to do that so easily. They would have had to been single events, and I would have had to stop them and reprogram and jump into the other program. So this really does make it easy. And like I said, he's got about 28 different commands right now that I can that I have him programmed to do. This particular board, pretty inexpensive. Got it on Amazon, found it, and it actually works pretty good. However, I will say, it's just like most voice recognition systems. Sometimes they hear what you say, and sometimes they don't, and sometimes they just basically ignore you. But it can get real dangerous, especially for walking, when you give him a command and he thinks you told him to do something else, like take off walking. That could be very bad. I've actually did a couple things. I put in a kill switch right here that just basically stops everything. And then I also put in a switch over here that can toggle from voice command to RC control. So I'll show you that here in just a minute. But that over here really helps and eliminates the possibility of giving them a command and then and then he takes off walking or does something differently, which is kind of a safety issue and whatnot. So a lot of people ask me, so what can Mac do? Can he is he going to be able to do the dishes, unload the dishwasher, do a load of laundry? No, that's not what Mac is capable of doing. But what he can do is he's for entertainment. He can tell jokes, one of his commands. He can tell stories. He can play air guitar and a bunch of other entertaining things that he can do. All pre-programmed, so you just give him the command and he'll take off doing it, just like you saw him do a dance here a minute ago. So lots of things he can do. His jokes, his stories, pretty funny. So anyway, that's where we're at, and that's what he can do on that. So some of the other things that I had to do. This whole area in here, I've had to kind of redo just a little bit. I had to add in more servos. Down in this area down in here, I had to beef up all of this area in here. I added double servos. These are 150 kg servos, and there's 2 for the hips, 2 for the knees, and 2 for down below for the ankle on both sides. So really beefed up that area. I also beefed up all these joints, the hips, the knees, and the ankles. And why? Well, because I've broken them. I've broken both hips, both knees, one of the ankles, and in a fallover accident, broke his shoulder and his wrist. So Mack is pretty fragile. As much as you know, we've been able to print everything in 3D components, it's still not as good as molded plastic, standard molded plastic or aluminum. It just doesn't have the strength that that those do. So I'm kind of running into limitations of what he can do. I have not been able to get him to walk. I have come so close. In fact, what he does is he shuffles. He can kind of drag one foot and then drag the other foot, but as he does that, he twists. And so you end up with this kind of off-balance twist move and an off-balance twist move, and you put all kinds of strains on the joints, which, like I mentioned, I have broken multiple times, and it's just not working out. So one of the biggest problems is trying to get him to actually stand on one leg and free up the other leg and get it completely off the ground. Again, and I've mentioned this so many times, the human body is so amazing. We just do things like that just so easily, and we don't even think about it. It's actually very complicated in a robotic world, and because there's lots of things involved there, including the strength of all the joints, the power it takes to do that, and the balance and so on. Anyway, what I have decided to do is to actually make, or I should say leave Mack as 1.0. Leave him as he is. Otherwise, I'm going to have to totally redesign this, and basically even probably redesign his legs and whatnot, or I should say joints, and how that they're actually made. Because I've already beefed them up a lot, but they might need to be redesigned in some other configuration if I was going to continue on with 3D printing. So I've decided that I'm not going to do that, and what I did is I removed both of his feet. If you've seen his past videos, you've seen his feet. And I removed his feet, and I brought in and made a platform. The platform has 4 wheels, 2 drive wheels and 2 wheels in the back that are actually casters. And I moved the battery, which used to be up in his torso, down to the plate, and then added in the motor control board, and also added in over here a little RC controller. So that's how he's going to operate, and it actually works pretty good. Not exactly what I was trying to achieve, but I ran into a lot of limitations, and so let's kind of just demo that out here, and let me just show you the 2 different modes that I have for him so that he can move around. Right now I have him in the voice command mode, so let's give him the command. Hello, Mack. Step forward.
Okay.
Side step right.
Okay.
Side step left.
Okay.
There you go. Sidestep left.
Okay.
Step backward.
Okay.
So there you go. So in voice command, I could just keep having him, you know, go forward, go forward, go forward. Or since this is programmed, each one of those commands, you know, I can make the go forward and go backward instead of a foot movement. I can have him maybe go 3 feet or whatever I want. So that allows me to basically give him voice command and move him around. However, the other option or the other way I can do it is we go to the RC controller. So I flip him in the RC mode, turn on my RC controller here, make sure I get my signal down on the bottom, and we can drive him with the RC controller. And yes, I can drive him all over and wherever I want to go. And I can go pretty fast if I want to. So there you have it. So what are we going to do next? Well, Mack is pretty well going to be basically finished as far as most of the components go, but there is one other thing that I still want to do. This little board right here, underneath is the Raspberry Pi, and on top is a hat, which is a visual recognition board, or a visual recognition AI board as they call it. So we're going to do some visual recognition, and we're going to see if we can't get him to recognize certain objects and to do certain things. But that's where we're headed, and that's what we're going to do, and we'll see you in the next video.
Okay.